why tea and why am I obsessed with this idea of tea is because I think the most important emotional, professional, personal moments for me have happened over tea in most of my adult life. But in general, for me, tea as an immigrant is very different from the general idea of tea in America, which I learned when I moved here. Tea for me is, a layering of thyme and spices and the actual tea that we select. So I'll just share a little bit about the ritual for me, and we'll kind of use that as a metaphor for today as we hold space together. So tea starts for me with the concept of why. Why am I having tea? Am I having tea to rejuvenate myself? Am I having tea to take a break for self-care? Am I having tea to gather and share space with others? So the idea of why I'm having a cup of tea then goes to how I select my tea. Am I going to have a really super strong black tea because I'm going to pull a all-nighter, or I've had a really tough night with the kids? Or I'm going to have something relaxing, something to soothe myself down with mint, or something of that nature. And when I think of nature, of different things that I add to my tea, I think of this Punjabi word called the seed, which means what is the effect of something and what is the impact of whatever herb you're adding to whatever you're consuming in your body. And generally the seed tends to be either cooler or warmer. So I always think of that when I'm preparing my tea, and that's what I think of when I add the spices. The spices can be something like fennel, which is a really cooling thing that I always add to my tea, especially at night. And in general, these spices come to me through this intergenerational connection of what I saw my grandmother, my dad, my mom add to the tea. So in this way, I think the ritual of tea for me is exactly a ritual to connect back to something, but also to connect to the present moment. And it comes through layering of time as well. The time I take to boil the water, the time I take to make a selection of tea and spices, and then the time I actually extract from the energy that tea gives me. So that's the general idea of the ritual of tea that I would like to share, that we can hopefully kind of jump off into conversation with, and also into how we would structure our time today.